Hi, Edwin. Hello. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Natural Sciences class. My name is Lucky Klazi. I am your presenter for Natural Sciences. So please do follow me on my Twitter account. It's Lucky Klazi on Twitter. And also, as I said yesterday, we are doing our revision for the week. Okay, I hope you guys will enjoy this class and we will have a fruitful engagement for today. Okay, right. Okay, let's start our lesson. And so on our previous lesson, we learned about batteries and cells. We also learned about electricity. Okay. And so we learned about batteries and cells. We learned about safety and electricity. Okay. Let's move on. And so these are components of how to draw your own circuit. Okay. Then please use these components or drawings in order for you to fully understand a functioning of a circuit. And so on this side, we've got a cell battery. We've got the symbol. The symbol shows a negative and a positive side of a battery. Then there's a purpose. The purpose of a battery, it provides electrical energy. Then the example, on the other hand, I'll try to be a bit slower. Then the example on the extreme left, it's a battery. Okay. Then we also have another component, which is a power supply. Then this is a symbol of a power supply. Then the purpose of this power supply is to provide alternative for using cells. Then we've got an example again of a power supply. Then when we look at the other component, we've got a wire. Then a symbol of a wire, it will be a straight line. Then a wire allows current to travel. Current to be your electricity. It allows power to travel. And also on our example, we do have this drawing that signifies a wire. Okay. Then on the bottom of your screen, we've got we've got a light bulb. Okay. Then a light bulb will be a component. Then the symbol of a light bulb, it's a round drawing with a cross in the middle. Okay. The purpose of a light bulb is to convert electrical energy into heat and light, as we know that a light bulb conducts heat and lighting energy. Then an example of a light bulb in real life, it will be such drawing on the extreme right of your screen. Okay, then at the same time, on the component side, uh, we've got a motor. Then we've got this symbol that represents a motor. Then the purpose of a motor is to convert electrical energy into movement energy. Then an example is to be this picture. We also have a buzzer. A buzzer is also one of the components. Then we've got this symbol here. Then the purpose of a buzzer is to convert electrical energy into sound energy. Then the example on the extreme right, it's like a speaker. Then the last one, it will be a switch. And you've learned so much about a switch. Okay, then this will be a symbol of a a switch. Okay, then the purpose of a switch is to allow energy to transfer energy, just like switching on and off, as you can see from the example. Then I can see we do have more participants for today. So thank you so much, guys. I'm looking forward to enjoying this class with you. Okay, and so at the end of the lesson, I want you guys to understand how can stored energy be changed into movement energy. And at the end, also, one of the objectives is to how can we make things move using stored energy. And so, as I said, today we are doing revision for term 2. I hope you do remember the picture on the left hand side of a man who's riding a pogo stick. Let me look into our chat box. Um, okay. Okay, then we have one of the components for our lesson or content. It will be energy and movement. Okay, therefore, when we stretch an elastic band, guys, also produce a potential energy which is called movement. Whenever you pull an elastic band and release it, it will produce a type of energy which is called potential movement. Okay, we are going to look at some other ways of using stretched elastic bands to do work and produce movement. Okay, this is because when the band is stretched, it can do work when you release it. Okay, then my question to you guys is, have you ever stretched a bow and arrow? And whenever you pull it apart and release the bow and arrow, what will happen to the arrow? Have you ever stretched the bow and arrow? And whenever you release that bow and arrow, what will happen to that arrow? As I go through our chat box, Okay. Lutando says it springs. Thank you so much, Lutando. The arrow will spring. The arrow will go towards Neo. I've stretched the bow and arrow. Okay, so okay, Neo. And I want to know then what happened after you stretched the bow and arrow, Neo. Ki 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 a leboga, ki a leboga. The arrow will fly to a target. Thank you so much, ki a leboga. That's a brilliant answer. Um, okay. Thank you so much, Praise. Thank you so much, Sakura. It will be in a tree. Okay. Um, Ama, um, okay, Naledi, it will fly to where you are aiming. Perfect. Whenever you stretch a bow and arrow, we all know that a bow and arrow has a type of elastic that will help a bow and arrow. As soon as you stretch a bow and arrow and release it, the bow and arrow will go towards your desired direction. Okay, therefore, the bow and arrow, it will release a movement energy. Okay, Bushe, thank you so much, Bushe, for your brilliant answer. Then, okay, then here's a picture of a, pardon me, here's a short video of a bow and arrow. We did this last week, and so we're just doing a, we are doing a revision. So whenever you press a, whenever you stretch a bow and arrow, it will do this type of movement that you see on your screen. So stretch back and then move forward. You stretch it back and release it, and it goes towards your desired direction. Okay. Then also on the bottom of a screen, it's two hands pulling an elastic band. Whenever two hands are pulling an elastic band, it can be three hands, it can be four hands, but whenever an elastic band is forcefully pulled, and when you release an elastic band, it will produce a energy or a type of energy which is which is which is um which is called movement energy. Okay, let me play this clip for you for the last time of a bow and arrow. This is a bow and arrow. Whenever you pull a bow and arrow and release it, it will produce a movement type of energy that will go towards your potential direction or target. Okay, guys, listen then. Um, let's stay focused, and on our chat box, can we post relevant questions and I can say maybe and answers. And so please, we just focus. May we please focus and pay attention, please, because you are disturbing others. And so, but it's fine. Let's continue with the class. So, guys, I want you to state whether the following statements are true or false. Okay, we are talking about stored energy. Okay. Last week we did talk about a pogo stick, and also we also discussed about a slicky spring. This is a picture of a slicky spring. Whenever you pull a slicky spring or whenever you squeeze a slicky string, it will it will produce a potential energy. Okay. Okay. Our first question will to be: springs can also be compressed or stretched to store energy. Is this true or false? Springs can also be compressed or stretched to store energy. Is this true or false? And so can you type in your chat box whether it's true or whether it's false? Thank you so much, guys. Kelly Buhle, McPeace, Bunono, Uratile. Okay, Gabriel Corner, praise. Thank you so much for your brilliant answer. The answer it will be true. Okay, then let's go to the next one. When you stretch a slick string, it stores energy. True or false? You whenever you stretch a slick string, it will do what? Is it true or is it false? Is it true or is it false? Okay, the answer is true. Whenever you stretch a slick string, it stores energy. Then the next question, LTV, when the spring is released, the stored energy is changed into movement energy as it springs back into its place. When the spring is released, the stored energy is changed into movement energy as it springs back to its place. Is this true or false? The answer will be it's true. Okay. Then to compress something means that you pull it. Okay. To compress something means that you pull it. Whenever you want to compress something, to compress something means that you pull it. Okay. Is this true or false? Thank you so much, Kelly, Naledi, Amanda, Neo, Bullshit. Thank you so much for your answers. The answer also be false. Then, when pulling a bow and arrow, it will explode. Whenever you pull a bow and arrow, it will explode. Boom, like a bomb. Whenever you pull a bow and arrow, it will explode. To explode like a bomb, I am not sure. Can you give me the correct response? Is it true or false? It will be false. Then our last question. A pogo stick works using a compressed spring. A pogo stick use a compressed stick works with a compressed stick. Is it true or is it false? A pogo stick works very well with a compressed string. Is it true or false? The answer will be true. And so I can see most of you, if then this type of activity was assessed in a type of a classroom situation, or if this was an assignment or a class activity, most of you are going to get at least 80% or 100% of this tutorial. Okay. We can make things move using stretched or twisted elastic and compressed springs. Okay. Whenever we stretch or twist elastic bands, they will produce a potential energy which is called movement. Okay. When we stretch or twist elastic or compress a spring, we store energy in it. That is that's how it is. Whenever we stretch or twist an elastic or compress a spring, we store energy in it. Okay, guys? When we release the elastic or spring again, we get a type of movement which is called energy. Let's look at the picture here. This picture, it's a picture, I'm not sure what it's called in English, but I know it as a ketty. And so if some of you know it in English, can you help me out with a good response for this? And so whenever you pull a ketty, it will release whatever that you have stored inside, and it will go towards your potential direction. Okay, as I go through. Oh, it's a slingshot. Thank you so much, guys. It's a slingshot. Thank you so much, Neo. Kelly, Lele, too. Thank you so much. I've learned something from you. It's a slingshot. Whenever you pull a slingshot and release whatever that's inside of a slingshot, that will produce a potential energy. Remember, a slingshot, it's a structure that is made up of a wood-like and elastic. Thank you so much, guys, for helping me out with the word. A slingshot. Okay, so I want you guys to identify all the items which have stored energy. And so all of these items which are here, these are items that have stored, these are items with stored energy. Okay. The picture below, it's a picture of two hands pulling an elastic band. It's clearly showing us that an elastic band, whenever it's being pulled, it stores energy, and whenever you release it, it will create some sort of movement. Okay, these are items with stored energy and movement. Okay, whenever you blow a balloon, it will store energy inside, which will be air, or which will be or oxygen. Whenever you blow a balloon, it will store energy in it, which will be air or oxygen. And whenever you release it, it will move towards different directions. It will release the energy that was stored when it was inflated. So this is inflated. When it deflates, it will create some sort of movement and go towards so many directions. Okay. And so these are children who are playing on a swing. And so whenever these children move up and down, forward and backward, and so their weight will be considered to be energy, and whatever energy that they produce from their weight, it will create movement. Hence, they can move up and down. Hence, they can go back and forward with. Okay. Then also we've got a red trap, and so as we can see here, there's a spring. Let me look into our chat box. Okay, Leletu said they used to make rocks at home. Says it's a mouse trap. It will snap. Thank you so much, Neo. It will snap. So whenever there's a rat trying to eat some cheese, it will do what? The spring will produce a type of movement which will do what? Will trap the mouse. Okay. Then this spring here, it will create a type of movement that will trap a rat. Okay. Then a skateboard has stored energy and movement. But in order for the skateboard to release a movement type of energy, someone must ride a skateboard. Okay. Someone must ride the skateboard. Then also we have a tennis ball. A tennis ball is made out of rubber. Whenever a tennis ball is thrown or bounced on the floor to create some type of movement energy. As I go through our chat, okay, Kelly, thank you so much. You need leg power to make movement. And so then, let me give you more. Okay, praise, it bounces back, but sometimes not where you want it. Thank you so much, praise. Here's a slingshot again. The lady with the slingshot. And whenever this lady pulls a slingshot, the slingshot will store energy and create some type of movement energy. A slicky spring, this will be the slicky spring. Whenever you pull or compress a slicky string, also create some sort of movement. Okay. And a bicycle. A bicycle has stored energy. In order for the stored energy to create movement, someone must ride a bicycle and cycle to one point to the other point. Therefore, this cycle here, it will show you, pardon me, it will take you to different directions where you desire. But in order for this cycle to to go forward, someone must ride this bicycle. Thank you so much, leg power. It's the leg power. Here is a picture of a bow and arrow. This is a picture of a bow and arrow. And so I think you know how a bow and arrow creates, stores energy and produces movement energy. And so you know it better now. And then the last one will be a car. Okay. A car has stored energy. Okay, it can be a toy, it can be a real car. If it's a toy, someone has to push that toy, and that toy it will go towards your desired direction. Sometimes it doesn't go straight, it goes to some directions. But if it's a real car, in order for a real car to move from one point to the other, or obviously you have to pour fuel and drive the car that will produce um, movement. Okay, then now it's your turn. Use your own knowledge of springs to explain how a pogo stick works. Your answer must include the words compress, stored energy, and movement. So use your own knowledge of springs to explain how a pogo stick works. We are focusing on the orange words, colored in orange. Use your own knowledge of springs to explain how a pogo stick works. Your answer must include the following words: compress, stored energy, and movement. And as I go through our chat box, here's a picture of a pogo stick, and there's a boy riding a pogo stick. As I go through our chat box, okay, the pogo stick has stored energy. Praise the spring on a pogo gets compressed to make it move. Thank you so much. Praise. Um, then there's a user QT9 in numbers. He or she said you need to use stored energy to jump. Perfectly so. Okay. Oratile, if you don't know what a pogo stick is, at the beginning of our lesson, I did show you a big man who was riding a pogo stick. And here's another picture of a pogo stick. And so a pogo stick is a stick that has a spring. And how does it work? You have to compress the spring or pogo stick with your weight, and as soon as you release yourself or you release that weight, the pogo stick will jump and it will carry you from one place to another. So the other one, name two other toys that have stored potential energy. Name two other toys that have stored potential energy. As I go through our Q&A, name two toys that have stored potential energy. So I am waiting for your answers. Name two toys that have, thank you guys for your lengthy answers. Sakura, Kileboha, Buhle, thank you so much for your lengthy, beautiful answers. Yeah. A rocky horse and a bouncing ball, a slingshot and a slicker string, a pogo stick and a bicycle. Neo Lutando, Sakura, Lenovo, thank you for your answers. Kialeboha, toy cars and balls. Amanda, pogo sticks and tricycles. Bonolo said it's pogo stick. Aquila, it said it's a trampoline. Thank you so much. I forgot about the trampoline. And Ricoto, it's a skateboard. Okay, okay. Then our last question. In your own words, describe how a pogo stick works. In your own words, describe how a pogo stick works. In your own words, describe how a pogo stick works. In your own words, describe how a pogo stick works. This question is almost similar to our first question, which is highlighted in orange letters. As I go through our Okay, thank you so much, Lutando. It springs with the stored energy inside, which is led to movement. Thank you so much, Sakura. When you compress it, it uses movement energy. Thank you so much, Sakura. Um, to me, thank you so much for your answer. Okay, praise. It has a spring and it makes the pogo stick move up and down. Thank you so much. Ke leboga. A pogo stick works by the person jumping on it and moves because of the energy. That's a brilliant answer. Ke leboga. Okay. Thank you so much, Lutando. Hashtag Lockdown East Coast rocks. Sure. Thank you so much. We rock and you guys rock as well. Hence, we are in this together. So, a takeaway message for this lesson, it will be stored energy can be changed into movement energy. Okay. Another takeaway message also be energy can be stored in stretched or twisted elastic bands. Okay. Then another one, it will be energy can be stored into compressed or stretched springs. Okay. That will be a takeaway message for today. Whenever you compress a spring, whenever you compress a spring and release it, it will store energy and produce a type of movement. Whenever you pull an elastic band and release it, it will it will release a type of movement. Okay. Then these are useful links that you can follow to further your knowledge on this topic. And I hope, guys, you can follow these links and get some more knowledge. And so our revision for tomorrow, it will be wheels and axles. We did that last week. Um, I hope you are going to prepare. And so far, for the whole week, the participation that I have been seeing or receiving on this group is amazing. And so it clearly shows that you guys are always prepared. And if you do have any questions for me, or if maybe there are diagrams that you have drawn, or maybe you've created something, or maybe you have recorded a video of yourself doing something brilliant concerning the topics or concerning the subject that I'm teaching you, please email me at lucky@africanteamgeeks.onmicrosoft.com. And so please do follow us at African Team Geeks on Twitter at DBE_SA hashtag Sasso Foundation at Sasso SA hashtag Sasso Foundation hashtag Lockdown is School hashtag STEM Champion. So thank you so much for coming to the lesson, and I hope you have a wonderful and productive day. And I'm looking forward to see you tomorrow. And goodbye from my side.